So, something that's going to come up in this is people are going to say, wait a minute. You're talking about evolution and people living, hundreds of thousands of years before Adam and Eve ever did. And they're going to say, well, isn't it a problem since Adam and Eve are the first people? You know, um, hear this a lot. That Adam and Eve are the first people. This is one of the big hang-ups and one of the reasons that creationists don't like evolution is they don't like the idea of people going back before Adam and Eve. Now, is this a biblical concept here? Not really. If we look at the Bible, in day 6, God creates man in his own image. And it also says he creates man and woman both at the same time. But it's in Genesis 2 that we see that God creates Adam in the Garden of Eden. And this is after the 7th day. So, this would indicate that there were people living before Adam and Eve. Now, the other problem, or the other piece of evidence that we can find in the Bible regarding other people besides Adam and Eve is in the second part where we get to Cain and Abel. After Adam and Eve are expelled from the Garden of Eden, they have Cain and Abel. Now, Cain slays Abel, right? And this comes up, there's two bits of evidence here that you gotta be looking close. So, God finds out that Cain slew Abel, and he marks Cain. Now, Cain says, now that I've been marked, I will be a fugitive, and people will try to kill me, right? Who's he talking about? He's talking about, his own parents. There's nobody else on the earth except him and Adam and Eve. Abel's dead. There's nobody there, right? Or is there? Yes, there's other people on the earth. He knows he's going to be killed. He's afraid he's going to be killed by other people, right? So this is another indicator that there were other people living on the earth while Adam and Eve were around. The next piece of evidence comes also from Cain and Seth, who's his other brother, his younger brother, okay? And it says they had wives. Now people say, well, where'd the wives come from? Well, they came from other people. This is pretty consistent throughout the whole book of Genesis that there were other people. There's no way these people, everybody came from Adam and Eve. This is really a ridiculous concept, and it doesn't really hold up. There's no archaeological evidence. There's nothing like that. We have people going back to, anatomically modern humans 300,000 years ago. We got Neanderthals probably 400,000 years ago. Something like that. Neanderthals go back 430,000 years ago. So, there's just no reason to think that these people were the very first people, okay? And, there's a lot of reasons why Christians want to think that Adam and Eve were the first people. Maybe we'll get into that in the next video. But they weren't. They weren't the first people. There were people long before Adam and Eve, okay? And the Bible demonstrates this. It's just, the story kind of starts with Adam and Eve, and so, you know, a bunch of Christians, a bunch of creationists, early Earth creationists, really want to have Adam and Eve be the first people. But, you know, the Bible does not say this in the least.